Welcome to the Force. I'm Corporal Thor Larson. This episode, we're on location at the United States Military Academy at West Point, the site of the 2016 Warrior Games. Over 250 athletes are competing in 8 different sporting events, showcasing the resilient spirit of our wounded, ill, and injured service members and veterans from all branches of the military. The Army has over 45 participants in this year's games. Let's take a closer look at their experience.
After graduating with my degree, I worked in help desk, career counseling, and I went back to school for graphic design. I thought it would be a great idea, an economical idea, to get a motorcycle to get to and from class. One day going to school, a truck ran a red light. I was broadsided. I flipped over the truck, landed in the middle of the road, and my lower right leg was pretty much destroyed. While I'm on the cycle, I would tremble. I would play scenarios in my head where I would get hit again, where I would hit a rock and fly into oncoming traffic, like all these really horrible things. It took me a whole year to be comfortable on the bike. Easy to say, I don't think I could live without my leg. But when it comes down to it, you only have 2 choices. Are you going to stop living, or are you going to keep going?
The Air Force has over 44 participants in this year's games. Let's take a closer look at their journey.
Tech Sergeant Christopher Farrell. I'm stationed over at Joint Base Andrews in Maryland. And as an explosive ordnance disposal technician, I've spent my career disarming roadside bombs. December 15th of 2009, I was on a mission with British Special Operations, and one of our teammates stepped on an IED. And when he stepped on that, we killed him and then tossed us about 10 to 15 feet into a wall. Been in 2 major explosions that have caused traumatic brain injuries as well as severe PTSD, nerve damage, and hearing loss. You have to find a new why, and that's what this has helped me do. The Air Force Wounded Warrior program for myself has honestly saved my life, and I'm not the only one that can speak to that. You know, it's made me realize that there's more to live for.
The best place to lead from is the front.
Sometimes it's just so cold and so wet and so miserable, and that's part of the process.
You know, jumping in is just a way to get to work.
When we started this project, we asked ourselves one question. Who is a soldier?
The Marine Corps has over 38 participants in this year's games. Let's delve in and take a closer look at their journey.
The interesting part about these sports is that the same kind of injuries you'd see in, regular NBA basketball players, essentially. I mean, you see the same kind of injuries, but then they have also their special injuries. You get blistering on the hands from moving the wheelchairs like the way they do, and it's a very aggressive and violent game. It can be.
I've had a lot of support with the Wounded Warrior Battalion. They give you any resource you need, any sort of help, anything you could think of. They've got resources, they got ways to find it. So they've been a lot of help in my recovery, giving me the opportunity to recover and be where I'm at right now.
Marines in general are world-class athletes to begin with. And then, just because they're, injured or ill, doesn't change that. They're still world-class athletes, and getting to work with these guys, and that's pretty inspiring.
The Navy has over 38 participants in this year's events. Let's take a closer look at their journey.
We're a big family. Not only are we from the Navy and Coast Guard, when we get into these groups, we're more than just teammates, we are family. And it makes me feel like I have somewhere to go to or a person to talk to when I can't talk to anybody else.
You know, they're just at a hill where you can't see the slope till you get over it. You know, just kind of keep trying at that, really, because that's what this program has really taught all of us. You know, we're here. A commonality is that we're either ill, injured, or sick, or had something traumatic happen to us, but we can still come together and overcome, you know, those things, which, you know, probably when it happened or point of injury or anything like that, we couldn't see past that day, you know, or past that, you know, that surgery, or past that, you know, chemo, whatever it may be, you know. So don't really look at what's going, you know, on in your life as something that's, you know, gonna affect you for the rest of your life. You definitely have control of changing that with, you know, good mental stability and right group of people. Yeah, definitely.
The Warrior Games is a big event with many moving parts. Let's take a look at the people who worked behind the scenes to bring you the amazing coverage and content you've been watching. Here's DMA behind the scenes at the Warrior Games. I'm Corporal Thor Larson. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on The Force.